Hello folks, in this video today I'm going to be talking about what we know as songtails or bat buses, which are the small buses that run around the city of Pattaya. They go to all sorts of different places. And if you're going to be visiting Pattaya, or if you're not too sure how these bat buses work, then I'm going to show you exactly where they run and what you should be looking out for. For today's video, I will be starting out at a place I stayed for six months way back in the 90s, and I used to travel from there. So today we're talking about traveling around Pattaya, and we're talking about the songtails, as I've already said. But I'd like to talk about something else as well while we're traveling, and that's an app we have down here called Bolt, B-O-L-T. It's something that you can download and put on your smartphone, and the prices for travelling by car are absolutely exceptional. It's actually much cheaper for me to get a boat taxi than to take my own pickup out. And these boat taxis are normally small cars, very small four-seater things, if you get the economy ones. But many times you order an economy car and you'll find a top-of-the-range Camry or Fortuner or something picking you up. I just don't understand how they can make money out of it, because I couldn't run my pickup into Pattaya and back again. They charged me about 80 baht to take me into Pattaya from my house. It's 7.5 kilometers, so what's that, about 6 miles? And 80 baht, less than £2, so very, very cheap. So everybody coming to Pattaya, you really need to get this Bolt app onto your telephone as quickly as possible. Go left, go down around Beach Road where a lot of the buses go along. So you've then got a circular route around the main part of the city there. And then to finalise, we'll come back up and we'll come back along to Dolphin Roundabout again. And then we'll head down to Naklua, right down to the far terminus where the seafood market is. So if you're interested, please stick with me and we'll head on there now. Okay, that's us setting off now. We're going to make our way down to the, or across to the Ambassador City Hotel at Jomtien, and that's about 13 miles, I would guess, from here. 16 clicks or something like that. The weather this morning says it's very faint drizzle at the moment. I'm hoping it's not going to get any worse, but it might. You see on the left here all the dug up roads putting in bigger drains. They put in bigger drains 3 years ago, now they're putting in bigger drains again. All to do with this climate change situation, I think, because the torrential rain we've had for the last 3 months or so, it has been torrential. And the normal drains just haven't been able to cope with it, and it's caused a lot of flooding. Not so much here, we haven't had any here, but the lower lying grounds round about has been a problem. So at least they're trying to tackle it and get on top of it. We're about to turn right onto Soi Siam Country Club, which is one of the main roads out of Pattaya. And we're going to head down to the railway road. Just on Railway Road now. They call it Railway Road because there's two carriageways, but they're split in the middle by a single track railway that runs from Bangkok all the way down through a few villages, etc., down to Satahip at the furthest point down here. Trains from Pattaya to Bangkok, there's only one a day. It leaves Pattaya about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it takes about 3.5 hours to get up to the city. So it's a very slow means of travel, not very comfortable. There's no air conditioning, all open windows to try and keep the train cool. Not to be recommended, I think, no matter how cheap it might be. Although today we're going to be looking at the songtail or buses as we call them around Pattaya, there's something else I think you need to be aware of if you're coming to Pattaya, or if you're not yet aware of it, and that's the boat taxis. An unbelievable service, very similar to Grab or the other one that we had before that, but the prices are absolutely incredible. I can't even take my pickup out and drive to the town and back for the same money I would pay for a boat taxi. It's absolutely fantastic. It's an app for your telephone, and you've got to download it onto your smartphone, and then when you're using it, you've got to have a Wi-Fi connection. But most of if you don't connect to the Wi-Fi from your telephone, most of the pubs, restaurants, etc. around Pattaya obviously have got Wi-Fi connection, so it's not a problem. And it uses Google Maps, so you can see the car coming, and you can trace your journey all the way. Absolutely fantastic app. BOLT, Bolt. Get it added to your telephone. Well, this drizzle was getting a bit heavier, and I'm beginning to feel it. Fortunately, I've only got a light shirt on, so it will dry quite quick, but I'm hoping it doesn't get really torrential. That would really put a block on the filming today, I think. For those that might be interested, my motorbike here is a Yamaha NMAX, which is a 155cc. Very nice bike, I like it very much. It's comfortable to ride, and it's fast enough for me, that's for certain. I really don't recommend people coming on holiday to rent motorbikes. It's a dangerous, dangerous game, and I will be doing a video about that very shortly. Over the years, motorbikes have been responsible in many instances for the deaths of tourists here. And in Thailand, I reckon the average killed every day is 50. The average is 15 a day. So 20,000 a year. It's a lot of people. It's off Railway Road now, and we're just heading down to Sukhumvit, turning left on Sukhumvit, and then we've only got a couple of minutes along Sukhumvit till we get to the Ambassador City Hotel, and we'll start our story there. These roadworks and new motorway links that have been put in and linking Pattaya up with Rayong, Maptaput, Banchang, Rayong, out that way, out to Utapao Airport. They're planning on building a big port there to welcome in tourist ships, liners, etc. So they're expecting them to come in there. Cruise ships, that's the word I was trying to remember. Cruise ships, yeah. A cruise ship port down there. That's what they're planning on. And a very fast rail link to Bangkok also. And it's actually underway, so they're pretty serious about it. So here we are at the Ambassador City Hotel. Why do they call it the Ambassador City Hotel? Well, with nearly 5,000 guest rooms, it's a big hotel. So here I am at the entrance to the Ambassador City Hotel down in Jomtien. As I say, it's about 10 miles to the top of the Sukhumvit Road, where it goes down into Pattaya Thai. And I used to come out here every night to get the back bus down. Invariably there was always a group of back buses waiting here at the pavement here, but they didn't want they were there for private hire, and they would take you to wherever you wanted to go in Pattaya, etc. But they were a lot more expensive. So what I used to do was I used to stand at this very spot, and I'd be watching right down Sukhumvit here, which wasn't as expansive as then. It's been expanded a lot, and I'd be watching for an upcoming Songtail stroke back bus coming down here, white in colour. They come from Satahip. Normally at that time they were every 10 minutes or so, but I think as the tourists have gone, then the time is going out to about one every half hour or something like that. Maybe 15 minutes during the day, I don't know. So I used to stand here, and then I'd get then I'd wave down one of the white Songtail back buses going towards Pattaya here. Now these buses run right along the top of Pattaya, and they go out on the other side down towards Lam Shabang and that area, Lam Shabang, Sriracha, etc. So that's the way it goes. There is a fine network of these all around Thailand actually, and I'm sure you could probably travel everywhere in Thailand using these sort of buses, but it might take you a long time, because obviously the further out in the sticks you go, the more irregular these buses become. But you see the bus shelters out there around about where you can be waiting for them. I had hoped we'd maybe see one coming here, but I don't know how long they can be, so I don't want to wait around too long. So we'll now head into Pattaya, and I'll show you where I used to get off this one at the top of Pattaya Thai, and then catch another one down into the city centre itself. This might be one coming right now actually. Yeah, it is. This is a typical bus that goes down into there we go. So that's exactly the sort of bus I used to stand outside here waiting for. Now, something else I'd like to warn you about actually, and that's meter taxis. And these are the blue and yellow, or the green and yellow, or whatever colours you see them, hanging around in Pattaya, normally sitting outside places like Terminal 21 or Central Festival, etc. be very, very careful, because notoriously they like to overcharge quite significantly, and the majority of the expats that live here and know very well avoid them like the plague.
How crazy is that, huh?
Yeah, you know, you go up to Bangkok and you get a meter taxi, and I've done it quite often. And you can travel; they're very reasonable, and you can travel a long way, and it doesn't cost you a fortune. No such way here in Pattaya, and certainly no such way in places like Phuket either. So you have to be very careful of these so-called meter taxis. Once again, Bolt is putting these people under a lot of pressure. They're going to have to be better, and they're going to have to treat the customers better if they want to maintain the competition. But don't forget Bolt. That's the best one. They've certainly extended the width of this Sukhumvit road here very considerably. This used to only be a two carriageway road, and now you've got a 4-lane breadth here on each side, so it's all part of the major development down to Utapao and Rayong. They're doing a lot to get the tourists back and trying to make it a very tourist-friendly place. I hope it'll work for them in due course. Well, Pattaya has changed. It will never be back to the old Pattaya, no matter how many people wish it will be. But there's going to be something for everybody here, that's for sure. Soy Bacau and around that area, LK Metro, Tree Town. There's some very nice bars up there. There's a lot of lovely girls working around there. So that caters for one side, and the family areas down the beach and the new parks that are getting developed, etc. There's something for everybody here, and I think Pattaya is going to be a top tourist place to come once again. So keep your eyes on it. So I'm seeing Big C there in the distance. That's I'm going to say that's a new thing, but it's quite a few years now it's been there. But that lets us know we're getting very close to the top of Pattaya Thai, South Pattaya Road. So we get past that, and then when we get to the traffic lights, after that, then we'll be turning left into Pattaya Thai. But in my old days, when I was on the bus here, I knew when I was getting new Pattaya Thai, I was getting ready to ring the little bell inside the bus. They've got these little push buttons all around, where you can press the push button and it rings a bell to let the driver know that you wanted to get out. And when you get out, you just walk to the front, on the safety side, of course, and the passenger side, and you pay the driver, and you go.
So this is where we used to get off. And as we go down here, there should be some parked up back buses. I can see one.
So now I'm standing at the top of Pattaya South Road, Pattaya Thai, and that's Sukhumvit I'm looking out at now. So I would normally have jumped off the bus from the Ambassador Hotel up there on the Sukhumvit Road, just up behind this small park here, and then or further up there, and then I'd walk down this short road here, get down to here, the top of Pattaya Thai. Walk down here, walk down here, round the corner, walk down here a little bit. Now there's normally a queue, well there used to be when it was busy. There'd be a queue of buses all the way down, all taking their turn to wait. And it could be a bit infuriating, because if there was one like this that was empty, and you got on it to go down to town, the driver could sit there for a long time waiting to see how many passengers he could get before he moves on. So I used to get around that by walking a bit further down, and any of the taxis that jumped to queue, that didn't want to queue and they came down, they would pick you up on the way past. So there's some people getting into it now. This taxi bus goes all the way down to Second Road, and then it will either turn left to go towards Jomtien, or it will turn right to go along towards, Pattaya, North Pattaya. So if it turns left to go to Jomtien and you want to go to Pattaya Central, that's the place to jump off. And then if you need another taxi, you cross the road onto the other side and get one, as I'll show you shortly, and you can get one to go that's going along Second Road itself. So pretty straightforward so far. Another warning I'd like to give you about moving around is motorcycle taxis. In general, most of them are okay, but don't forget that travelling by motorbike is always a fairly dangerous occupation. A lot of these drivers are very experienced and they know how to take care, and a lot of them don't rush, but you do have the ones that aren't so clever and are always in a hurry to get back to what they're doing, etc. I use them, but as a last resort, and certainly since Bolt came along, then I don't think I've used a motorcycle taxi except the other day when I went out to do a video. But normally I would use the Bolt taxi for sure. As you see, everywhere is roadworks, all to do with putting drains in or burying cables, taking cables down and burying them under the ground instead of all these mess of cables along the sides of the road, just above your heads as you're walking. You can see them here. So here I am down on the Second Road, and that's looking back up Pattaya Thai. So if you've got on the bus where I showed you at the very top and it comes down here, there's every possibility that it's going to turn left here, because that's what it should do, and then it's heading back towards Jomtien and doing a circular that way. So it will turn around and it will park over there on that far corner there. You can see people at the buses now. If it's come from Soi Buakhao, along Soi Buakhao, it will turn right on
Pattaya here, and it will come down and it will turn right to go along. It will turn right to go along Second Road. So you can see the buses full. So here you can see the queue back buses waiting to move off here, and these will go, they're heading north along, probably down to Naklua. Although some of them do rotate, they'll go along and then they'll come back via Dolphin roundabout if they think it's not worth their while going all the way down to Naklua. So here we are. This is Boys Town. It's kind of maybe obvious why they call it Boys Town. Actually, it's a place, all the bars and clubs around here are specifically for gay people. Strangely enough, it brings back memories of when my brother and his wife used to travel out here. My brother always used to accidentally end up down here. Yes. Actually, there's no way he's gay, but he did on several occasions, I believe, end up down here. Not amused.
A little bit of geography for you. Beach Road is the one that obviously runs along the edge of the sea. Next up from that is you've got Second Road, and then further up you've got Third Road, and then at the very top you've got Sukhumvit. These all run parallel with each other more or less, right along the top of Pattaya and the bottom of Pattaya. So fairly easy to understand where you are.
Now heading along Second Road, very close, shortly we'll be at Central Road, Pattaya Klang. So from Pattaya Thai to Pattaya Klang, that is the majority of Central Pattaya. All these roads on the left, they all cut down to the beach road. So you can get off anywhere along here off your bus, and you can walk down one of these side streets, and it will take you along. It will take you down to the beach. Also, further up here on the left, we've got Central Festival, a very popular shopping mall for tourists. Oh, it looks like I've already passed up Central Festival. Okay, we're going to turn left on Pattaya Klang, and then we'll go down and along Beach Road. Shall we? No, we'll go straight. We'll go straight down Second Road. So that's us just crossed Pattaya Klang. And now we'll go straight down. This is the way the buses come. They come straight down here also, down to Dolphin Roundabout, across Dolphin Roundabout and down into Naklua. It's a pretty cast over day here today, which is good. It's not so hot, but you may see earlier on when I started out making this video, it was very drizzly, and on the way out I got quite wet, but okay, now fully dried again. It's good. Not quite the sunny skies that people watching videos of Pattaya like to see, but This is a factual video on how to get around here in Pattaya. You know something I'm going to tell you? You have to be careful here. You have to be very careful here. Because even like this guy walking along here on the pavements here, on these sidewalks, I've seen many people get injuries because these sidewalks are very dangerous. There's loose stones, there's holes, some very big holes, and people trip up and fall into them and break bones, etc. So if you're here in Pattaya, be aware that the sidewalks are not all that they should be. And they're as dangerous as anything. Not as dangerous as riding a motorbike, mind, but it can still cause you some injuries and cost your travel insurance, if you have any, which you should. It can cost them also. So this is us passing the famous Soi 6 here on the left, we've just passed. So you can get off your back bus at Soi 6. This is one of the new parks that they've set up on the left here. They've done a video of this before with the big 747 sitting there. They're going to turn into a restaurant one day. But it's actually open and operating now. Not very busy from what I've seen, but nowhere is in Pattaya. Nowhere is very busy. Don't be told otherwise. It's struggling to come back. They're ready to come back. There's lots of girls here. There's everything a tourist could want. But there's no tourists, or very few anyway.
For those that might be wondering, yes, I am wearing a helmet. I always wear a helmet when I'm riding my bike.
There's an empty bus in front of us, and this is a big sea, I forget what they call it now, Marine Gardens or something like here, big sea shopping centre with lots of stalls, etc. inside. Along by Soi 2 here on the left. I used to stay down there many times in the hotel down there. And now, as you can see in front of us, we're approaching Terminal 21. That's on Pattaya North Road, of course, and that's us approaching Dolphin Roundabout, which will be in front of us very, very shortly. And another empty bus in front of us. I never understand how these guys can plow around all day and very few customers. Now that the price of diesel and fuel has gone up, it can't be easy for them, for sure. Here's another queue of buses here, waiting for people coming from Terminal 21, I believe, and wanting to go in the direction of Naklua. So, this is us turning left down by the beach. Sawadee krap. License cap? Okay, dai. Arana?
License.
Me. Motorcycle? I don't know which one motorcycle. Motorcycle? Do you need motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there you are. You can see I was stopped, had my license checked. If I hadn't had my license or had been absent my helmet, then that would have probably cost me a few hundred baht just to appease the situation, so to speak. No receipts given. or alternatively, if you don't pay, then they give you a ticket, and you've got to go to lots of hassle going down to the police station at Soi 9 and pay down there. And it will be more than what you like to have to pay on the spot. Another empty bus in front of us. It might be the same one as we saw before, I don't know. But anyway, it will be going all the way down Beach Road back to Pattaya Thai, and then turning left as it should do then at Pattaya Thai, and going back up to where we saw the queue at the top of Pattaya Thai. So it will have completed its circular tour. Here you can see what happens. There's several of them in the line. The peeping is to try and attract people that might be looking for a taxi. Here's one stopped inside hoping to get with someone, I believe, and then the other one will go in front. Yeah. Looks like he's waiting for somebody there. Racing to get ahead of each other. So as I said, these will go all the way down as far as Walking Street. I'm not going to go all the way down there for this journey. In fact, we'll cut round and go back down, and I'll show you where they go in Naklua also. And then you've got the full spectrum, all except for Jom Tien, of course. If you catch the Jom Tien, there's buses going there and coming back, and you know which corner opposite at the bottom of Pattaya Thai where you can get the bus to Jom Tien. So catch you again. We are again approaching the Dolphin Roundabout once again, and this time instead of turning left and going down Beach Road, we will go straight across, and we're heading then for Pattaya North, more commonly known as Naklua actually. It's a different district to Pattaya altogether. One time Pattaya was a village and Naklua is a village, and they were quite a bit of difference apart actually, but obviously through expansion over time then they've joined up, and everybody thinks it's still part of Pattaya. But in actual fact, Naklua is actually quite different to Pattaya. So we'll try and get around here. And this is the way the buses come, up here. And now we're heading up Naklua Road. This used to be a very German-orientated part of the town here, and it still is actually, indeed. There's some very nice German restaurants around here. There's one in particular that I come to just up here on the left. The food is superb, if you like German food. The sauerkraut and the smoked hocks and things like this, it's very, very nice. Price-wise, I'd say middle of the range, not cheap, but not expensive. And of course, the Germans like their bread. So here we are at the end of the road. This is the terminus for the northbound buses. And in actual fact, you can see the Sukhumvit buses come here as well. So I didn't know that. They must come down. This must be their terminus as well. So, another school day for me. You can see them, they're ready to go back up onto Sukhumvit again and back down towards Satahip. So the buses that have come along from Naklua Road, they turn round and they start heading back from here also. So that's the end of the internal route. So that's the entrance to the seafood market, and I just want to show you something here. So if you're here on holiday and you like seafood or shellfish or fish, then I would recommend coming here. You can have a really delicious meal at a quarter of the price it would cost you in a restaurant. You just get that back bus down to the terminus here by the seafood market, and you go in by the seafood market, buy what you want, and then bring it out here. Just across the road, you can take it to there, give it to them, and they will cook it for you. So you put it in there, very cheap, not expensive, and they will cook it for you. They've got rotary barbecues and all sorts of things in there. And then what you do, is you walk around to the back of the cooking area, right behind it, and you come across this little part here where you can actually sit down, buy a nice cold beer, and bring your food to the table and thoroughly enjoy it. So the cheapest way to have a superb seafood meal here in Pattaya. Many people do it. I would strongly recommend it if you indeed like seafood. They've got everything in there, from lobsters right down to octopus and everything in between. So there we are. Out here is a very nice area. You can go out and look over the sea here. And there's some very nice seafood restaurants down very close to here as well. So you don't have to get a taxi to come down. You can come down here and no problem. It's on the bus, go for your seafood meal, and then you can get a bus back into Central Pattaya. I think the secret of making life easy if you're on holiday here is actually to try and get a hotel that you're happy with, of course, in the Central Pattaya area. Then you come out your hotel door, and I'm sure everything is within easy access to transport yourself to wherever you want to go. That's so I'm going to wind this video off here. Let's head for home, and maybe this afternoon do something a little bit different. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.